Welcome to the Skate Like You podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Skate Like You podcast, skatelikeyou.com. I just want to jump on before you check out this episode. This particular episode, some of the promo reels kind of elicited a couple of different responses from people. I had said that in season 2, I wanted to get into more interesting things about the skate community and skate world and wanted to maybe challenge things and push boundaries a little bit. In no way am I trying to justify this episode at all. I know that some of the opinions might be a little sharp and maybe differ from what a lot of people might think. If there's one thing everybody can agree on in the skate world, it's that music can be literally the most divisive thing that we talk about. And in the last year alone, we could find so many different times where discussions got crazy about music and what's right and what's wrong and what's good and what's bad and what's skateable and not skateable. The fact is that there are no shortage of opinions from skaters and the skating community, and that's perfectly fine. But what there is a shortage of are the opinions expressed by the DJs, the people in the booth, the people that have probably the most thankless job that there is. As somebody that DJed in multiple different types of venues for a long time, clubs, bars, mobile gigs, things like that, as someone that even DJed a rink as a younger kid, I can tell you that it's the toughest job in the room. You're looking to try and please 300 people with different tastes and different styles and different opinions and experience and backgrounds. And you're trying to make it work for everybody. Trust me, there is not a DJ that gets into a booth and says to themselves, I don't want anybody to enjoy this night. But because the craft and art of DJing is probably the least understood profession, you have to understand what it's like for people that have zero experience to express their unabashed opinions all the time. And so what I truly believe is that DJs do deserve a forum to be able to talk about their insight and their opinion. And I don't think it's much to ask to hear that out. I'm not saying that I agree with every single one of Connor's opinions here. Doesn't matter. The same way I don't agree with everyone else's opinions about any and everything. Doesn't matter. But I do think that this is the most thankless position in the game. I think it is the most misunderstood position in the game. I think it's the most challenging one. So love it or hate it, agree or not, that's okay. And hey, look, what's wrong with a little controversy every once in a while? Sometimes when I'm recording an episode, I catch myself wondering, I don't know if this is going to be a good episode. As a matter of fact, and you'll hear it in this episode, at one point I said, I'm kind of lost. I'm not even sure where to go from here. What do you want to talk about? I had that feeling of not really being sure how good this was going to come out, more so than I've ever had about any episode I've recorded. And here's the thing. When it was all said and done and I listened back to it, it actually could be one of the most important episodes we've had. It definitely is thought-provoking. It's just provoking in some instances. So to me, I don't think it's a lot to ask to hear from the other side, to hear from inside the booth. Even though I might not agree with everything Connor says. The fact is that I agree with his passion and I agree with his inclination to not censor himself. And I'm not going to censor him. I enjoy the fact that this is very much a natural flowing conversation. Every time I talk to somebody, we sit down for a real organic conversation. The very thing that makes this work, makes it enjoyable for me and makes it enjoyable for the people that like to listen to it and watch it, is the fact that these conversations are organic. They're not scripted. But what comes along with a format like that is real conversation. And sometimes people are going to say things that maybe some of us don't want to hear. But that's what makes this work. I never want the podcast to be fuel for negativity in the skate world. I want it to be the opposite of that. That does not mean that we don't express our opinions and talk about things. Unpopular statements or unpopular opinions only become negativity when people aren't willing to listen. And what opens us up for positivity is our ability and our willingness to hear that stuff, see things from other people's perspective. And that's what the podcast is all about. Now, I'm not interested in censoring anybody, regardless of their opinion. But I'm also not interested in just creating a forum for negativity. We've got plenty of that in the skate world. The Skate Like You podcast was literally designed to be able to bring something different to the table. At the end of the day, The real reason for this podcast is to promote the culture, spark enthusiasm and interest, help us get to know each other better. That's the goal. And I think that this episode absolutely falls in line with that goal. So I really, really, really hope that you listen to this episode with an open mind. I hope that you find it entertaining and funny, inspiring, because I think it is. And I'm looking forward to more of it. So again, thank you so much for your continued support. Other than that, skate like you.
Come here.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Skate Like You podcast, SK8LikeYou.com. I am here with Connor English, also known as DJ Champs. How's it going, Connor?
It's going pretty good.
All right, man.
Can't complain about anything.
Yeah, man. Well, we've been trying to make this happen for a little while.
About a month.
Yeah. It's all good though, man. I'm just glad to get you on. I've been ready to talk to you for a little while. I want to talk to more DJs, more skate DJs. I think that DJs, especially like people that have like legit passion for kind of what they do and everything, I don't know. I think they have a lot to bring to the table as far as, their insight, and they have, opinions and all that kind of stuff. So whatever, we'll get into it. But so let me ask first, what came first for you, skating or DJing?
Skating, definitely.
Skating, DJing. So
started skating first.
Okay. Do you remember the first time you skated?
Now, this one's going to be shocking for you.
I don't think it is. You're newer, right?
Very, very new. November of 2018.
Right. Okay.
That was the first time I ever roller skated, and I didn't really start roller skating until COVID.
Okay.
I didn't do anything special until COVID, when I started realizing, this is what you can do on roller skates.
Yeah. So what kind of prompted or inspired that? Like, was it something in particular? Or?
It was honest. It was all the skaters at my roller rink. Really, it was. They saw me. They did what they did, and I liked it, and I wanted to start doing it. So we started traveling. I started learning, and then it kind of just took off for the next few years after that.
Okay. So anyway, but you ended up at a rink, and you just met people, and is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, South Amboy is 2 minutes down the road from me. It's down the street.
Okay.
It is by the closest roller rink you can be to a roller rink. There's actually people closer, but by far the closest you could ever have to having a home rink near you.
Okay.
And so I just started going, and I met Evan, Jaden. I don't know if you've ever met Bob yet. And a couple other ones at that rink, and they taught me how to roller skate, really.
Yeah, because I gotta say, man, you're not wrong when you would assume that people would probably be surprised that you only started a few years ago. I mean, yeah, you definitely.
It shocks a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, you come off like, you do it like you've been doing it for a while. I mean, is it something you just absolutely threw yourself into?
It put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it.
Okay.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
And yeah, so like let's say, no matter how many months, like, are you like a regular at your rink, would you say?
Well, since I work there too, I help out all the time.
Okay.
I'm always there, but skating, I was there every single session every week.
Okay.
I was a monthly pass holder for months on end there. I always skated Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sunday, every session, 2 sessions on Saturdays, which we have session times. We're 1 to 7 on Saturdays. We have long sessions.
Wow. Yeah.
And then we're 8 to midnight on Saturdays.
So
and that's daily. That's not just a special skate.
Yeah. So you said skating did come first before DJing.
Yes.
Which means you've been DJing even less long than skating. You know what I mean? So
I actually let me look, because I have the original flyer from the first time I ever went. I think it was 2022. It was only 2 years ago.
Well, and while you're looking, because an interesting thing kind of comes to mind with this, which is, I DJ'd for a long, long time. I only, as a kid, I DJ'd at my rink, for a job, but I didn't DJ. I played music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I took requests. Nobody was mixing at my rink. We didn't have that kind of setup, And so what's interesting to me is that for the most part, a lot of times when someone just kind of like gets into DJing for the first time, maybe at a rink, they kind of like do it the way I do it. It's almost like, or I did it at least before I got into actually DJing, you know what I mean? Like mixing and beat matching and all that kind of stuff. But like you must have right from the gate said, okay, I don't want to just play music. I want to DJ.
Kind of and kind of not. Like at first, when I first got everything, which was 2022, September of 2022, I played at home for probably 4 months before I even went to a roller rink.
Just bedroom DJ, just
bedroom
doing your thing.
DJ, do my thing, played what I liked, and then I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you were around. I don't remember. When did you start coming back around? I don't remember.
It was only a couple years ago.
Cheddar, DJ Cheddar.
Yeah, I know the name.
I was friends with him, skating all the time, and I liked how he played. And so he brought me out to Whitehall one night to go play. And from then, as the 4-month time DJ, I did a first session where I dual DJ'd with somebody and had the beat match over a year.
Right.
And that's what took off, really, was the fact that I was able to do something that I didn't think I could with it and just started mixing to everything, and it took off.
Yeah. So now when you're talking about like that 4 months, in the bedroom DJing, like is that what you're working on? You're working on beat matching. You're working on mixing.
Working on beat matching. Working on like song selection. Song selection is the biggest one. It's not necessarily the mixing. Mm-hmm. The mixing is the easy part. The song selection is the hard part because you don't know what people like. You got to remember where you're at. It's so many different factors that come to being a DJ that no one thinks about.
Oh yeah.
When we're at these sessions, like.
Yeah.
And then you also have to think about playing with other DJs and what they're going to play and what they like to play. And you have to know who you're with. That's what gets really hard when you're playing with somebody that you've never played with before.
Yep.
It gets hard.
Yeah. So, interesting. So, okay, you're DJing. Now, here's the thing. So, you're at a rink. Where would you rather be, on the booth or on the floor?
I'd rather be in the booth.
Really?
100%.
Well, and tell me why.
When I was first started DJing, it was always a mix of both. I always liked being on the floor. It was fun to skate. Mm-hmm. As I've gotten older, I've realized that I like skating.
Yeah.
But there's a different enjoyment from when you're in the DJ booth at a roller rink because it's not like, I'm not saying this as to gloat it, but you're the night. You make what it comes to the roller rink at that night.
Yep.
And honestly, so your brain, when you're a DJ for a roller rink, especially when you're at a rink, you start thinking of different things to do, and you're like, I could mix that, I could do that. Oh, that would sound really good with that. So you end up in the booth in an hour. Like, I don't think anyone realized that at Whitehall last week, Jace was in the booth with us for 20 minutes because he was bored.
Yeah.
As a DJ, you like being in the booth because you hang out with your friends. You get to roller skate if you want to.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Yeah, and there's another aspect to DJing, which is especially if people don't know, but like when you're DJing, you go to a place that has a DJ, you're susceptible to becoming the most judgmental prick in the room. You know what I mean? What's so
Mark, I'm about to have a part you have to cut out. Oh no!
No,
oh no!
No, man. Just hear me out. No, because I'm telling on myself too. Because here's the thing. Like, it's funny, man. Because like, look, the plight of the DJ is that we'll always be the most underappreciated, least understood position, right? People don't get it. They don't understand. They just think it's whatever, but
they think that we just have a playlist and we select songs out of them. We're good at putting them together.
And it's that easy.
That's what it is.
But, and so, as a DJ, and I did clubs and bars and I did mobile gigs too for a long, long time. So I will say I understand that. Like I know that I'm always going to get, some flack from people, and it's never going to be enough for one or two people or whatever. But there is an element where other DJs can be the worst. And I know that I've been like, I know I've walked into a place and been like, oh my God, bro, really? Like, You sound like you got something to say about this.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
No, dude. No, just don't say any names.
Plex is a place that Philly Skateplex is a place where I get very judgmental very quickly.
Okay.
Very, very, very judgmental very quickly. And I'm not going to name the other DJs, but there are also other ones that get very judgmental with me.
Everybody get good. It is what it is.
Last year, on a specific Saturday night, on a certain time of the year where we all were out there was this one person that I didn't know if we were skating the club music or I didn't know if we were skating to the fastest freestyle music I've ever heard in my life. And I am sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, these people are getting paid to do this. And I'm like, I could do this for 3 hours with no trying.
Yeah.
This sounds like they're trying.
Mm.
And I get it. People are learning. Everyone learns. But I've went back to Philly to hear this, and it's not gotten any better in the last year.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, that is what it is. All right. So it's
They're not named. I can't name drop.
It's all good. It's all good, man. But this kind of, we were kind of chatting a little bit about this though, because I don't pull any punches about as far as my opinions on. It's not. I know everybody likes different kinds of music, and depending on the rink and especially geographically, I travel a lot, right? So that determines people's style and all that kind of stuff. And
I got a good one about this.
And everywhere you go is different. But I will say that there is, I don't know if you ever heard me mention about like just catering to the skater, right? Mm-hmm. And, one of the things that I see a lot of are rinks that literally just they kind of lose their core group of like legitimate skaters because they don't play for them, and then all that disappears and all they have is a Chuck E. Cheese now, and there's nobody left to pass on what skating is and how to skate. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I 100% know what you're saying.
Okay, let's talk about it then.
Where I roller skate at and my home is definitely a place like that.
Okay.
Where it's lost the core and it's lost what skating is. And
yeah.
And, a lot of these roller rinks, they lose their core, not because of what did I just do? Oh.
You're good.
Not because of the parties necessarily and everything.
Yeah.
And I get it. These places have to make money. It's a business at the end of the day. But there's a passion and there's certain groups of people that feed these places for certain things, and they don't get that and they don't show up, and then you lose more money out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You learn a lot more working in the roller rink than learn a lot more about the business.
Yeah. Yeah, and and a lot of my stuff, just traveling around and talking to rink owners, especially now, and look, if a rink, finds its niche and just with a jungle gym and birthday parties and whatever, and they're able to be successful like that, then that's fine, right? That's serving a certain clientele. Exactly. But so I'm not saying that like people shouldn't do what they want to do or run a business how they want to run it, but I'm talking specifically about rinks that they centralize their focus there, and their overall thing started to suffer, right? And now they don't have this thing anymore. And not only that, but they're no longer manufacturing skaters because there's no skaters there to show these new kids that came in for that birthday party, right? Or came in to do whatever and saw that stuff like me, like you, and was like, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what we lost. We lost that after I started skating. Really, there was no one left.
Yeah. Huh. And what's your approach? Like, what do you want to do to try and?
I'm trying to. We opened up the DJ night, which we're hoping to bringing the skaters out for other people to see, like, oh, we can do this.
Yeah.
And it's okay that we have live music, and we're going to try it out. And the response was great. So we're hoping that when we get the rescheduled date, response is greater, especially since we're not doing it right after Christmas.
Look, there's people that are looking for it. There's no, I talk to them all the time. You know what I mean? Everybody wants that kind of thing, you know? Is there somebody that you would say that like kind of was, I don't know if it influenced, but it kind of helped show you the ropes as far as DJing goes more than anyone else, or?
Honestly, it was a mixture of a lot of people. It wasn't just one specific person in general. Cool. Josh, for instance, Josh helped out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Jace, which DJ Hops,
mm-hmm.
Cheddar, Mad Hatter, and just they all helped out in learning and crafting as a DJ. And then as I progressed, and I will say this one as I spent more money on equipment.
Oh yeah,
it's gotten a lot better and a lot cleaner, and I'm able to progress even farther. As Matt Hatter and Sean says all the time, the young kids are going to take over the DJing versus the old heads, just because we're picking up on certain things really quickly. That, like Sean even says it to us, we've picked up on it so quickly that we're going to keep progressing, and eventually, hopefully, we're DJing wherever.
Yeah. So when did you first get to Roller Jam?
I could talk about this now since it's closed.
Yeah, man.
I was 15 or 14, I want to say. I was 14 or 15. I think I was 15.
You got the nod.
I knew Jackie. I knew Rob. I was blessed with a beard at a very young age. And I was at Roller Jam. And that place was by far the greatest place I've ever skated at, I've ever hung out in the booth at, I've ever been at. By far the best place.
So I agree 100%. I've said it a bunch of times here.
I don't care what anybody says about Roller Jam and how small that floor was.
No.
You just didn't know how to roller skate. I'll say it here.
So, but dude, tell me when, I mean, I know I have all my opinions as to why I thought it was the ultimate experience, especially as someone coming back to skating. But what did it for you? What were the things about it that made it that place for you?
It was the fact that you got, I'll say this one, and my hat's off for Tito.
Yeah.
You got every single style, genre, and own your own way to roller skate however you wanted, no matter where the music was.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And it was the fact that the place always on a first or last Saturdays had the crowds. It had the most people in the smallest place you could have. And people don't like people at a roller rink sometimes. I don't get why everyone enjoys skating on an empty floor. I don't see the enjoyment of empty roller skating. It's a people activity. You're supposed to be around people. You're supposed to have fun with everybody. That place just always had the right experience for the right time.
Yeah. And, and I never, now granted, I was only there the last, couple of years, but, small spot, right? Tight, people all over the place. But I never, now I'm not saying it didn't exist or whatever, but, I never saw any drama there, man. I just saw people somehow, from JB guys coming in and out of the middle, right, to people along the wall, to middle work, to everything, all vibing, and it was tight, and it would get squirrely and crazy, but I never really saw drama there, man. What?
I will say this one, out of the drama section of that place, there was no drama unless someone was way too drunk and was not a skater. Yeah. That was the only time he ever had drama.
And not a skater, but that's a huge, huge thing.
There was never skater drama in that place.
Yeah.
Was there a little bit between certain people? Yes. But that's other people's business, so-and-so. But when it came to the regular
it was
crowd,
before that stuff outside of Roller Jam brought into Roller Jam kind of crap.
but nothing ever really went down in roller jam. It never was a problem.
Yeah.
No one ever had an issue with anybody. Granted, I would say there were certain people at the roller jam that they would get in the way too much, and it would piss everybody off. I mean, it pissed everybody off. I'll say this one too. Anyone that skated in the middle on the last night at roller jam, the little woman that was running around with that camera, she's lucky she did not get kicked in the face by somebody. Because she was in the middle of the floor as everyone's skating, and I went to spin, and I literally kicked her camera out of her hand.
Oh, my God.
I look over her, and I said, I told you that was going to happen.
That last night, man, was insane. That was just...
Yeah.
Oh. So, okay, you're going to roller jam for basically the entire time that you're skating then, for the most part. It was almost like from day one, it sounds like. And you did DJ there before, right?
No, I've never played I never got to play a roller jam. I'm very upset that I never got to play a roller jam. But
you got to hang out in the booth.
I've always in the booth all the time. I went up there all the time.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought you had DJ'd there.
I wish I was able to. I have to say, I have, except for, I think, Branch Brook and Cherry Hill and a couple other ones in New Jersey. I've been in every one in New Jersey so far.
I got to say, man, I feel like, you know, one of the things I've talked about in here before was, you know, sadly having to say goodbye to roller jam. But there was a thing, though, where I kind of felt like, I felt like people like you, Sean, obviously Tito, right? But I feel like if I skate and you guys are in the booth, that I get some of that. Obviously, nothing is roller jam. Nothing is roller jam. But like I feel like there's a thing that you guys all kind of have, and it's funny because it not that you guys are all the same, and not like anyone's trying to bite off anyone. It's not about that, but like a vibe almost that, and it's funny too because it's like it's of the people that loved roller jam, like DJs that loved roller jam, they all somehow have, like I said, not that you guys are doing the same exact thing, but there is something there that like is jam-esque, if I could say. Is that right?
So I actually take roller jam into the inspiration of every session because that's what you want.
Yeah.
You don't want the one thing and the same thing. You want differentiality and all the different music. That's why I don't care necessarily what I play. I don't care what the skater's opinion is of what I play. But I know that there's a crowd out there that realizes, like you seem to have realized, that we're playing like this because this is what everyone enjoyed about. Everybody had no issues with was roller jam style. Yeah. And that's what Jim is trying to do at 47 with the first Saturdays is the roller jam, keeping roller jam alive, which hopefully stays well.
Yeah. Yeah. What's funny about it too is that from everything I understand, they were saying about like kind of when they first approached even Tito to DJ, that people were like, well, that's not what roller skating is. And like, there was almost like a backlash against that whole vibe, but it ended up being like the perfect recipe. You know what I mean?
You know, I'll say this about what not roller skating is. It's not that that's not what roller skating is. No one's used to it being different other than what they're used to. Like if you travel skate, if you travel roller skate, you have to be prepared to skate to anything. Mm-hmm. You cannot rely on the fact that you are, and a lot of people I know are from down south, for instance, it's not all freestyle. Yeah. There's a lot of freestyle down south. I know that. I've seen the sessions. It's mostly freestyle sessions. Up north, we're not freestyle up here. It's a mixture of everything because there's no, I won't say enjoyment out of freestyle music. I love freestyle music, but I can't listen to freestyle music for 3 hours. Yeah. It gets repetitive.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so and what's funny is that, I think that's kind of for me, the reason why, like when I first came back skating, it was in PA, and I had skated in the Northeast my entire life, right? When I was skating previously. And when I went into Roller Jam that night, the first night, and I didn't know what to expect because, I'd heard all this stuff, but I hear this, doof, 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 right? As soon as I come in the door. But what I heard was, because I think that there's a difference, man. Like people, like even down south, when I talk to people, they're like, oh, we're going to go up north. And they throw Pennsylvania in that thing. And to me, it's like the Northeast is like New York and up. You know what I'm saying? And like
Pennsylvania is completely different.
Yeah, it's
completely different than Jersey is.
Yeah. And what I found there, though, was this kind of like, it was like this funky, like, more aggressive hip hop, but jazz blues infused, crazy drums. You know what I mean? But like, and almost like a house element, but it just felt more like grimy. It felt more like, but it mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of went everywhere, and I was.
There's a DJ secret in there.
And I was so on fire for that, though. I heard it like immediately, dude. And I said to Ray, it was like I wasn't even on the floor yet, but most definitely after like the first 2 or 3 songs, I was because Ray's the first one that brought me there. I was like, dude, this is it. This is it. This is what I've been looking for. I don't need like this. Take this. Mm-hmm. I want all this all the time. And I don't know, man. I don't know if that makes any sense to you or
it does.
What.
It does. 100% because you're looking for something that you like.
Yeah.
And Roller Jam was just something for everybody was there. And I will say that, and I'm not calling anybody out, but a lot of the PA skaters did not like Roller Jam.
Yeah, no, I know that they
did not like Roller Jam.
Yeah.
And it amazes me about that, actually. Because I was amazed. But then I think about it. When I started skating in PA, my style of shuffle skating, they didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah, yeah.
And I realized that the tri-state, I'm not really including PA, really, but around this area, it's a stride. It's not a step shuffle. I've learned the different areas, the different shuffles.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's all really weird.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
Yeah. No. It's definitely like a stride. Like I guess what a lot of people refer to as trucking, which is more down south, right? Mm-hmm. Which is literally like striding on beat. Yeah. Which is why freestyle makes sense, and the speed and all that kind of stuff. But so like now, where are you DJing like on the regular now? Would you say?
Usually just Whitehall.
Yeah.
I say I'm not like going out all the time and DJing, but if I get Whitehall, I'll go up there. That's pretty much really it.
What do you see yourself like? What would be the ultimate situation for you as a DJ, basically at a rink?
The ultimate situation is. And I'll say this proudly, is Skate 47. That is the nicest place to be at as a DJ. Their DJ booth is phenomenal.
Okay.
Ideally, it's just being with people that I like to DJ with. You know, me, Jason, Josh want to do a session. We want to get another one.
We're at 47?
Yeah, we've always talked about it, but it's hard.
Why is that? Why is that hard?
Just timing with everybody. Jace is busy. I'm busy.
Oh, okay.
If it's 47, it's a 2-hour drive.
But 47's open to it. It's just you guys coordinating amongst each other.
We haven't talked to Jim in a while about it, so we don't know. But we want to do it.
Right. Hey, Jim.
Jim.
Knock.
Let us do it.
Dude, I love that place.
That actually reminds me. I really need to hear Nick play again.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't heard DJ Nick play in so long.
What'd you like about Nick?
Nick's just like Tito. He's all over the place, and the music is there.
Yeah. Because Tito, he wasn't a skate DJ.
No,
prior to
club
this.
DJ.
Yeah, but and
he's actually, I think he's in the DJ Hall of Fame. I don't remember if I'm pretty sure he got inducted. But he's been a DJ a long time.
Oh yeah. I mean, like he's like a New York kind of legend. I mean, but like I'm not saying like, okay, this is a really weird thing to say, right? Because I feel like I'm not saying that DJing a rink is easy, right? But sometimes I go to a session.
Oh, I can tell you right now, DJing a roller rink is nothing like DJing anywhere else.
Oh, of course
completely
not.
different.
Of course not.
Completely different.
Of course not.
And it's hard. It's super hard.
But it's not so hard to the degree of where I see it get messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like in the sense where I'm like, I go to a place and they just throw on a playlist or something, right? That had and like there's no thought or like there's literally zero thought given to like, hey, let's just make sure we have drums in this music, or let's just, you know, like even it just. I see places mess it up so bad that it's like this. With just a little bit of thought, this could be like halfway decent, but you don't even give it that much thought. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's crazy to me. But, you know, but Tito did something that like, I don't know, man. I think he crossed over and made something happen that I don't think is that easy for a lot of people to do. That literally came from a club for however long and walked and came to a rink and started doing his thing, you know? But I don't know. Did you ever get to DJ with him?
No, I have not actually. I really want to. That is one person I really want to play with at a roller rink.
Yeah,
he would just be phenomenal. I will say, you've been to Roller Jam.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever noticed the Roller Jam. Have you ever been there for when the doors open to the close?
Yeah.
Okay. You ever notice about 10, 11 o'clock-ish, the music changes a little bit?
It gets a little housey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you ever noticed, but Tito, about around 12 o'clock, it changes again. You notice that?
Yeah.
Well, Tito goes up and down from the booth to the bar at Roller Jam, and then after 12 o'clock, have you ever noticed how it gets really hitting?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Tito, by far, just can do anything and DJ and still make it sound amazing.
Yeah.
And I will say, he's also using a very old board, too, at Roller Jam all the time. He was not using no modern equipment.
Yeah, just doing what he did. Yeah, just doing what he
knew. Just a laptop, and I don't even know what he used.
What, it wasn't like a controller?
It was a controller, but it was an old controller.
Really? No kidding. What would you say like your base is as far as like music style? Like where do you have one? Do you
R&B, hip hop.
Yeah.
I've turned over to the house music a lot because obviously doing the dance skating more.
Mm-hmm. You think? Yeah, so the house thing, like, and how receptive do you think people are with that?
Well, let's see this. There's a story behind all the house music.
Okay.
When I first started DJing at Whitehall, and when I got into house music, I started playing it, and no one really liked it.
Uh-huh.
And then Sean DJ'd at Roller Jam and went to Roller Jam.
Yep.
And he realized how house music is supposed to be played, and now everybody loves house music. I mean, it's not everybody loves it. You got to play the right house music with the shuffle skaters.
Yep. Yes, you do. Because I if it's too much, man, I'm like, dude, I don't have enough lockjaw to enjoy this. You know what I mean? Like, they need some ecstasy or something to get down to this. You know what I mean? But there is like. But when melded kind of with that jazz kind of funk hip hop kind of thing, it seems like it works.
You know what's funny?
Well.
I've learned more and more over the years that skaters apparently just really enjoy the musical house music, and I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
It's something they really enjoy, so that's what we start playing more.
It's the drums, man. You know? But at least for me it is. I don't know about anybody else.
I mean, there's a little DJ secret about finding music as a skate DJ. There's a little secret called funky mixes.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, and you hear me use that term all the time. Every time that I talk about a DJ that I love, like I just like, and I really accentuate my F's. I'm always like, it's so funky. I'm like, it's fun, like, because I can't think of another way to say it. It's a thing that just like, you know. But
funk mixes are the best ones to find as a skate DJ.
Yeah. So what do you got coming up? Where you going to be at?
Right now, well, since the 28th was postponed at the moment, right now we're just trying to plan out Whitehall for the next couple months.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, January, we're not doing anything. I'm going to see what comes up. And I know February is Josh and Sean. And then I think because of Ray's event, which is April, right?
Yeah, the tri-rink. Yep.
I believe that we're planning on doing February, March late skates.
Okay. Skipping
April, and we might do May and June. We might do a double. Just because might do a poll on that actually for June and May. If people want a June late skate, just because it was really good last year.
Yeah.
Everyone came out last year, so we're gonna see if they want it again.
So you did.
I was gonna play by ear.
You did try rink last year. How'd you like that?
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Enjoyed it. Actually, I don't ever go to the fall bash. I never make it.
Dude, I can tell you what. I was telling Dan Carlson and I were just talking about you and Sean at the rink on the Sunday. At the tri-rink. And of course, Sundays, like on a 3-day event, Sundays are always going to thin out. You know what I mean? For your out-of-towners, people are traveling and everything. But dude, Dan and I were talking about it and saying about how we didn't get off the floor, man. Like I loved both you guys vibing together. I think you guys are awesome together. I think it's the perfect mix of different, but it works. You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
It's all about the music selection. Like I always tell Sean, play what you want. Don't be scared. If I play something you want to play, just tell me. I won't play it. I work with them.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunday, Sean let me play a lot of the Sunday, mostly. But, going back and forth and just playing together with Sean, it's chemistry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Were you at the first late skate this year?
I
think it was October. Yeah, it was October.
I think I was.
12th. Me and Jace played together.
October 12th. I can't figure out if I went to the thing in Bethlehem or.
Bethlehem was the would have been the week after.
Yeah,
the 19th.
I'm not sure if I don't know why I can't remember, but anyway, was it something that happened or something significant?
No, that session, me and Jace, for instance, we played together, and we played together for 3 hours, and the floor didn't stop moving until 2 a.m.
Jace is really good.
Yeah,
I really enjoy skating the Jace. It's the same thing. It's the same kind of funky, kind of like hip hoppy, but not vibe. You know what I mean? Like it's this weird kind of like amalgamation, that just works, and it seems like it works across the board.
Me and Jace enjoy playing together a lot. Jace by far enjoys playing with me during a late skate at everybody because it always works. Because I always throw something at him that we have to like. We play games with each other actually while we're doing the late skate half the time. I'll throw something random at him, and I need him like, all right, your turn, mix it. It's all timing too. Like me and Jace know when to time each other, like when to pull out of the music and just when to mix and when to turn off the volume. Like we always play together. It's all chemistry with people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it either works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, what would you say if there's like kind of one thing you could kind of change or kind of have your way, or just maybe something that you think could use maybe an update, or just, I don't know, whether it's mentality, whether it's whatever, whatever experience, essentially, what's the most difficult, most challenging thing for you to deal with, and how would you like to see it change as a skate DJ?
It's honestly people accepting different music is the hardest one. And yes, I know that'll never change. We all know that'll never change. But there's some places in particular, which you go there, and as a DJ, you've never been heard before. You have to give them a minute to do something. Like,
yeah,
I personally, and I'll say this to anybody, I don't take requests. I don't care. I don't care what your request is. I'm the DJ. You can go skate. You paid to skate. You didn't pay to request music.
Yeah.
And that's my attitude about it. So if your request fits in, I can make it work if I'm feeling nice. But like, there's certain places you go to, and they're parking requests at you, and you just tune them out at that point. And
yeah.
People just need to open up for a couple hours to a new DJ once the first time they hear them, because it's hard as a DJ. Some of these people try to make it a living.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and there's also the mentality of where, no matter what, you could be in a situation where you could have, if there's 100 people in the room, 97 of them all on the floor doing their thing. But you have somebody that would come and make a request that literally is completely contrary to everything that's been working and happening so far. And that they don't really understand, like they don't get, like, hey, if I do that, you're basically telling me to just throw a brick right in the middle of the floor, right, man? And just come in like a brick. But there is this challenge for a DJ to basically not snap out on somebody and be like, dude, how is it that you find yourself to be the most important person in the room? You know what I'm saying? Like how it's the plight of the DJ, I think.
It is. There's some people that you. My favorite line is, if someone is really annoying to me, is, "Do you want to come do it?"
Yeah, yeah.
And then I've had one person in my entire time say, "Okay."
Yeah,
and they took one look at it and they walked away.
Right, of course, yeah. No, yeah. Well, what are your favorite? Give me your top 3 favorite things that you hear from people, though. I'm sure, because we all have heard them. You know what I mean? As far as DJs go.
You play Chris Brown.
Okay.
God.
You get this. Can you play something we can skate to?
You play freestyle. For the love of God. Okay, right. If I'm playing, the wheels fall off. And if you're a DJ, everyone knows wheels fall off is 95 BPM.
Yeah.
It's always the same.
Yeah.
You could ask for freestyle music. Sometimes you have to look at somebody and be honest with them and be like, okay, I'll try to fit your 125 BPM freestyle song next this one 95, and let's see how the skaters like your request.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so funny. Oh yeah, play something we can skate to.
You can skate to anything. You're just not thinking about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, so my whole thing is the way I look at it is because I've heard that a bunch from people. Even just as a skater next to other skaters, nobody can skate to this.
Listen, I will admit, yes, there are some things that as a DJ we play that I honestly come back and think about. I'm like, yeah, they really can't skate to that. I can understand that reaction. I'm looking at.
But most of the time, 99.9% of the time, I'm saying, I hear that from somebody, and it's like, well, what you're really saying is that you can't skate to this because there's a whole rink of people skating to it. So, and there's a thing there that kind of gets lost, but I don't know. It's a thankless thing.
So I'll skate to anything. I mean, after being at Roller Jam, after going to Branch Brook all the time, I'll skate to anything. It don't bother me.
So among all these things that like, you know, the biggest, the challenge that the DJ faces, especially the skate DJ. God, there's so much crap. I mean, music is the biggest, most divisive thing among roller skating. There's nothing else, no matter what it is.
There's
right?
nothing without the music.
Right. But it's also the thing that people like kind of argue about the most, you know what I mean? And get kind of passionate about the most.
Music is the hardest one.
Yeah. So knowing all that then, and having that be the case, what is it about DJing for you that makes it worthwhile and makes up for all that stuff?
Honest to God, it's easy for me because I don't take the judgmentalness. I don't take the thing from anybody. I just do it because I enjoy it.
Okay.
Necessarily, it's just like the roller skating. I enjoy it. I could care less what somebody else thinks about me because deep down in my head, I know that I'm better than most people are at it after only doing it for 2 years. So, you know, it's like I could say that. I've gotten all the compliments. I've gotten the bad hate. But as a DJ, you get good, you get bad, you get in the middle. No one's ever happy.
And but rinks always have you back.
Exactly.
I mean, and that's, at the end of the day, that's what matters, right?
If you're bringing me back, I did something right.
Exactly. All right, man. It's crazy. I'm kind of lost. I don't know where to go from here. What do you want to talk about?
I can get into the music. Let's see, music. Well, honestly, just skating in general. I mean, how do you see it as going in the next couple years around here?
Well, my hope is that I do see a thing that like I love watching. Like when I talk to Sean, you know, and Sean is open about the fact that he's willfully trying to bring something different to the table, you know? Mm-hmm. And I love that. And what's funny is at a place like Whitehall, where even though there are younger skaters, they're really, really good, but they're also like been brought up in an old style, like shuffle, you know, kind of, just shuffle style, right? You know, for the Fullers and all that kind of stuff. But all those guys and the people that passed it on to them love what you guys are doing at Whitehall. So it works. It works so well in this thing that, you know, I don't know. So like I have a lot of hope for it. I honestly think Whitehall could be like an event kind of spot, man, with you guys. I do. You look, 47 proves you do not have to have the biggest floor to have an event.
No.
Like, and look, and I'll get flack for this too. So I don't give a shit. I say it all the time. I say it out loud. So it doesn't matter if I say it on here. I would rather the main event of any Philly event be at 47 over Plex any day of the week.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to say this one too. I'll say this one. There is zero reason that the main event as well on Saturday night should be till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that session to be that long, that late.
Nope.
I get it. Philly needs to make money. And 47, from my understanding, does not have a Saturday night after 10 o'clock. So, if Jim was open to it, I'd rather it be at 47 Saturday night, go to Philly on Friday night. It'd be a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, look, I was just, they brought me up to Pittsburgh to interview me for their Rink Rat Chat, the skate nerd thing at Neville. And they were asking me about, you know, like, what's my fantasy booking if I could do my own event, right? Like, you know, just fantasy booking stuff. And I got into the time thing, the session time thing, especially when you're asking for people to travel to a major city, a major town, right? Like, I mean, 3 a.m., you get back to your room at 3:30, 4 o'clock. You've got to sleep all day. You can't go experience that city or that place. You know what I mean? Like, there's just beyond the ridiculousness of the late night, it doesn't feel like it's even healthy.
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
You know?
I say this one too a lot of the time to people. We're going to these events at 11, 10 o'clock at night, leaving at 2, 3 in the morning. Some of us have to drive over an hour home.
Yeah.
After that, like I say about Whitehall all the time, like Whitehall is 11 to 2.
Yeah.
I have an hour and a half from Whitehall every time I go up there.
Yep.
I'm the only DJ that has to travel that far. So I usually, most of the time at Whitehall, I try to skedaddle around 1:30.
Yeah. Because I like the Whitehall floor. I love 47. You know, the 47. The first time I was there was even it was before they had even one of the times that they had redone the floor, and even before
47
that, yeah, I still loved it. You know what I mean? Like even before they had done it, but yeah, man, I think that there is, and maybe you'd have to start small to kind of prove it or whatever. But I think that there is an event that is like, it's like on the brink. I think that like, you know, literally like a Whitehall, Champs, Mad Hatter, Jace, you know, like Hops vibe, that could work. I don't know what you think, but
no, we've all talked about it. The one thing at Whitehall we have an issue with right now is 3 DJs. There's no room for it up there. It's 2 only at the right now. Hopefully, if they get the DJ booth redone, we're good for that. But we want to do something up there. You know, even if it was a 2-day event, we've said, try to find a hotel or something up there. There's things to do around that area. Like,
yeah, you're Allentown, basically.
It's not hard. Yeah, it's right in Allentown.
Yeah.
So there's things to do. There's a mall. There's tons of store. Like, there's everything. We can find a hotel. And it'd be a fun event. It definitely would be.
Yeah. I mean, look, and not that they're ever huge crowded nights, but we also already have enough kind of out of town people that know about Whitehall because they come for it being like the warm up to the Philly events.
Besides Philly and 47, Whitehall gets the most packed out everywhere else.
Oh yeah.
For skaters.
Yeah. From
diversity, I'll say too.
Oh, absolutely. And I love the floor. I like that floor.
The floor is amazing. I will say the last late skate, it was a little too cold in there still. That floor is a little slippery.
Yeah, that always sucks. That is the worst, man. Like sometimes there's this little rink around here, Gretna, and there's like some nights where, I mean, it's just a little podunk spot, like, you know, but like they have like the first and third Thursdays of each week or each month where they just open up for a couple hours, but it's like they just open up for like that session. So when it starts to get cold, it hasn't been open long enough for that floor to warm up, and oh man, sliding, dude. You could be on like 92 hardness. You know what I mean?
I skate rental wheels, so that's a secret to everybody too. Old school rental wheels.
But I that's what I would like to see. I'd like to see a more.
We have an idea. We never talked about it yet, but I'll talk about it now. We wanted to do a Styles night instead, where at Whitehall, where we did, you know how Hafif and Tyrone do their Vibe Zone?
Yeah.
We wanted to take a night where it was like me and Jace on a Friday night, and the next night is a style change where it's the Vibe Zone session instead. So it's like a late skate shuffle event. And then if you want to stay for the Vibe Zone event, which will be the different style of music and the different style of session, you could do both of them, experience it.
Is that something you're just talking about, or is that something that...
We were talking about it. We want to try maybe and do it. It's hard to find events at Whitehall. It'd be fun because it's a 2-day event. It's easy.
Yeah.
All you need is the Vibe Zone session would be set, and then the Friday night set, and then we're good.
Do you think they're open to it?
I think they would be. It'd be a little hard because I'd try to pitch to people that, come to both nights. You want to experience two different styles of roller skating.
Yeah.
I mean, all the shuffle skaters love the Vibe Zone anyway. They all go there. They're rolling in the Poconos event too.
Do you think Whitehall would be open to it though? Like the rink?
I think so.
Yeah.
Whitehall is very open to a lot of ideas. Like they let us. Sean picks the DJs, for instance. That's all Sean. So that's why Sean can invite any DJ he really wants. As long as it's approved. Usually it's approved because it's Sean's friend.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But that's what I'd like to see, like, just that, because look, and I understand that there's also a thing of like, oversaturation, right? That's a big thing that people talk about a lot, is oversaturation of the event thing and kind of splitting everybody and all that kind of stuff. But I think that there's a place for something that doesn't have to be some crazy 3-day event, right? Like it could just be, and it doesn't mean that it's going to draw from all over the country either. But no. I don't know. I think that you guys have something that could make it happen.
For instance, we'll say this one. Look at 8 Wheels No Brakes when it first started. You weren't around, but that event didn't start as a worldwide,
right,
or a nationwide event. We'll say it turned into people flying out from all over the country to come out to 8 Wheels No Brakes by the end of it.
Yeah.
Just like even the Philly Bash, or the Philly Bash, or not the Philly Bash, the Tri-Rink.
Yeah.
There's people traveling now for that. The first time it happened, I remember it wasn't as many travelers.
Yeah.
So it takes time.
So a lot of people have like kind of asked me, especially as a result of like that kind of thing where in that interview where they were asking me about like what my fantasy booking situation would be, and I kind of like had just mentioned, and I didn't mention it like it was like this definitive thing that's happening or that like I'm in the works of making happen right now. But the fact is like I've had like a couple people like knock on the door and be like, hey, would you ever be interested in promoting some type of event, right? And I really haven't given a lot of thought to it. And mainly because I'm not to say that I'm not open to it, but I don't want to try and have some crazy 3-day thing or anything like that. I want to start small.
It's hard to do a 3-day event.
But here's my big thing. Because I know a lot of people that are directly involved in making these events happen. And I can tell you what I don't want to do is I don't want to deal with rinks that I have to beg, you know what I mean, to make it happen. Like if you want it to happen, like basically a rink has to be just as passionate as we are about it.
Ooh, I got something I want to add.
But I can tell you though, from experiencing events from all over, there is a huge difference when you walk into an event where the rink itself, the owners are just as on fire and as passionate as that promoter is and those skaters are to make that happen. Those are the ones that just, I don't know, it's a different vibe, man.
It is.
And so my thing is like, I just don't, if a rink is interested and they would want to talk to me or they would want to do something, great. But and it's not to say that I wouldn't ask either, but I just don't want to go there. You know what I mean? I don't want to go there. I get
that.
And about what?
Rental skaters at the events.
Oh, okay. Oh, at the events. Okay. All right. Sound off.
Because I personally love when the rental skaters are allowed at these events.
Okay.
Because without rental skaters, you don't get new skaters necessarily. You do, but you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't give them the opportunity to experience a lot of these events.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always say at Whitehall, I wish we had a rental late skate. I always wish we had a rental late skate.
Which so they don't allow rentals at the late skates? I don't even know if I ever noticed.
No rentals at Whitehall late skate.
Yeah,
Have to have your own skates.
I can understand it on the event level, but maybe the late skate, I think, yeah, there could be.
But even 47's late skate, I'm pretty sure they don't do rental either.
Now, do they have the enough skaters to warrant that?
I think that they could definitely get it. Like, I mean, even our rink, we get mostly rental skaters a lot of the time. And if we did something, I would say rental skaters are a must because look at Roller Jam.
Yep.
Without the rental skaters, you don't get a full floor.
Yeah.
Like I wish we had rental skaters every time.
The only thing I get about the event thing is that, especially now, the majority of my events or the events that I hit up are down south. And I can tell you right now, like you go to a USA Shuffle Skate.
Down south, I can understand.
Yeah. Like it's enough for even myself to have to check myself getting on and off that floor.
No,
right?
That I get.
So, but what's funny is that, and I always tell people too when they come up to Philly, like, or not that I tell them or inform them, but like we talk about the fact that like, we have some Florida people, Georgia people come up and it's different, right? It's not that racetrack of like 3 separate shuffle lines going where it's almost impossible to get on and off the floor. So yeah, it's a weird thing. And I know that there are definitely some rinks that share your opinion, probably from the business side. You know what I mean? They just don't want to turn people away.
Even as a skater, rental skaters teach you how to, watch where you're going, doing what you have to do, keeping your eyes open. A lot of people forget when they're in these sessions with just regular skaters that
they were on rentals at one point too.
It crafts you as a roller skater because a lot of the skaters forget that they were once on rentals and they had to really check themselves all the time. A lot of people don't check themselves anymore, and I've seen a lot of bad accidents from people not paying attention.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that too? Like when you have certain situations where you have different styles on the floor, why did it work in Roller Jam and why doesn't it not work at some other places?
A lot of places it worked at Roller Jam, I say, because one, it had a bar, so that was a main thing for a lot of people. I will say that.
Okay,
but they knew what they were getting, and like they were open to hearing whatever the DJ was going to play there.
Yeah.
And a lot of these other places, people aren't open to hearing new things and this and that, and just it's hard. I get it. Yeah. I can understand it being hard to get introduced to new music and new style and new this or that.
Yeah. But there was like, because I see different, I mean, I'm even referring to different styles of skating.
Yeah.
That worked better at Roller Jam together than places with a way bigger floor, way more space, less people.
It's because all the skaters that went to Roller Jam skated like they had to watch their back.
Okay.
A lot of the people go to a bigger floor and they're like around, they don't look. They don't pay attention because they think that the other person around them is going to be there. At Roller Jam, everyone had to watch everyone.
There is a lot of truth in that, man, because I know, like, especially when I first came back, I would go over to this place called Overlook in Lancaster. Huge floor. And, like, there was one that actually took, like, 2 people out. but it was all because, like, I was skating backwards, and it was all because I'm on this big empty floor, and all of a sudden I'm not as cognizant of where everyone else is. I have this false sense of security. Right? Where you think like that should be the place where you never run into anyone. Yeah. But in my mind, it's like I'm alone out here. So I'm not looking as intently as I would, I
don't know if you've ever seen me. I play in the traffic all the time.
Oh, I've loved it. That was the thing.
I play in traffic all the time.
And in Roller Jam, I did too. And I never had a problem, man. Dude, so in the last night.
Oh, when I say play in traffic, I mean I stop in the corner and I'll sit there and play in between as the skaters are flying by.
No, I've seen you.
I love doing it.
I've seen you, but I can tell you, one of the best times I ever had was that last night, and it was crazy. But Nathan Edwards and I were just like. He just is like, you ready to go? You ready to go? And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I'm like, I'm on your ass, man. And it was just, we were just going.
I saw you. I was up in the booth for a while watching everybody. People flying through that floor.
Yeah, man. And then one time I got behind, I don't even know if I had met him yet, but I got behind Evan one night. It might have been that night or
That is a skater that you learn a lot from very quickly. Learn a lot from very quickly.
I don't even know if he'd remember, but I know like at one point he looked behind him. He looked behind and he saw me and he just kind of smiled. And then we kept going a few more laps and he looked back and he had like this face on like, you're still there, dude? Like, but I loved
me,
it.
Me and Evan, even as skaters have been at Roller Jam with the most packed sessions in the world, that night was hard for us. We were having issues moving around.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me. There was like 2 points where I kind of got, into it, but it was not an all night thing. I mean, most of it too was just like, we're not going to get another chance to do this.
No.
This is it. And
I don't know if you saw our group for a while. We were moving slower than everybody, but we were just using the whole floor.
Yep.
We were probably moving for a good hour and a half before I was like,
Yeah. And what's funny is I've been to rinks though, where I've been like, oh, this is too much. Like I can't really open up. I can't. And I never got that feeling there. And I've never been in a tighter situation.
Yes, you can't go fast on that floor. Well, actually, I won't say you can't. You can.
Yeah.
As long as you know how to move.
Right.
But it's just the feeling of knowing how small it was, being as much as you could do is what made it better for everybody.
Yeah. My thing is I wanted to, because there's a freestyle element that's happening there, right? But like, I loved being able to have this surprise pop up right in front of me, right? But not interrupt my flow, right?
Yep.
Like adapt, move around, and figure it out. But the other thing I'll say, if that was a wood floor, like
that is a wood floor.
No.
That was a wood floor,
right? But I'm saying like wood, like Philly wood.
Oh, don't even talk about Philly wood. I hate that floor.
Because the grip though at Roller Jam was great. Like it really was. That was a sticky floor, like in this, and I like that. But in an environment like that where it's just in and out, boom, 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 to not be able to kind of have that grip, it would have been disastrous, I think.
There's been nights where there's a one specifically, the corner by going in this way, so the back corner by the projector screen. Yeah. There was a spot on that floor where it was really slippery for a long time. And if you were like us and you fly this way, fly around the corner, you catch it the wrong way, you would get sent across the floor like it was nothing. It was the weirdest thing in the world because that floor was always sticky, and you hit the one spot and you were done.
How many times do you have to clean off your wheels in a session there?
So fun fact about that one, I have a trick to that.
The bathroom?
You skate at Roller Jam. You go to the bathroom, yes, and clean your wheels real quick. But if you skate at Roller Jam, if you skate on a wood surface next time, literally all you have to do is just T-stop yourself twice, and the Roller Jam dirt flew right off because it wasn't like embedded.
Yeah.
Dirt, it was just dirt.
It was sticky.
And it was funny because the floor actually wasn't dirty. It was the carpet.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got drinks going everywhere, the whole bar thing. But I actually
think there's still Roller Jam dirt on my wheels from when I skated there.
Look, I clean my wheels at Roller Jam with more urine than any other place ever. Like bathroom sink water and urine on that floor. I just go in there and just shimmy my wheels.
Actually, you know, another good one to clean the wheels there was the deck outside. That deck would take the dirt right off of it.
You know. Here's a funny thing. You know, one of the coolest experiences I ever had at Roller Jam wasn't even on that floor.
Was it on the deck?
Yeah, and you know with who? Just talking to Rob Cosmano. I'm telling you, man, it was the first time we'd ever met. But you get Rob talking about skating, and he's just so passionate, and he's just talking about events, and he's talking about just the skate culture and what it was and to what it is, and all that stuff, man. But like, we clicked immediately, and I had one of the coolest conversations with him, freezing my ass off outside on that deck for like 30 minutes, man.
That was one of the coolest things about that place was the deck that you could roller skate on.
Yeah,
I cannot believe that they let anybody roller skate on that deck. I would see rental skaters make their way out there, and I was
man,
oh boy,
yeah, that looks rough. Oh, because the last night that I got there, thank God I knew some people, didn't have to jump in the very back of that line. But how often did you see lines like that? Because I hadn't. Now, most of the time I showed up late.
So a couple years before that, probably.
Yeah.
First Saturdays, it was always a line. It wasn't that bad. It was never that bad.
I mean, they had tents out there.
They with the way the line was that night was just because it was the last night and everyone wanted to skate the full 5 hours. The place would pile in as it went. So if you got there early, it was pretty all right. But if you got there like 20 minutes after it opened, there was a big ass line all the time.
Yeah.
But that place just always filled up throughout the night, no matter what.
And what's the place in New York City that kind of, I don't know, somewhere that opened up like
called Xanadu?
Yeah, like Cellar or something like that. Like, I don't. But so is Xanadu? Is that the newer one?
Xanadu is the brand new one in Brooklyn.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about. Have you been there yet?
No, I have not.
No. Any interest?
Apparently, I want to go. Apparently, it is smaller than Roller Jam. The floor. The thing about that place though is it's cool. They have skating, but I'm pretty sure after 10 o'clock most of the nights, it turns into a dance floor and it's a club.
Oh, really? Like,
yeah.
Okay. So there's a place, if you ever get a chance to, up in Boston called Sk8LikeYou. Okay?
Ooh.
Dude, just Google, like after we do this, Google it, go look at it. It used to be a Model T dealership back in like the early 1900s. Okay, it's this old building, small floor. It's got these big posts that come up. But I went up with Rob McGarrigle to New England. We were skating just some rinks in Maine and Massachusetts and stuff. But there's a place called Sk8LikeYou, and it's been there for a long, long time. But dude, they have these adult nights, okay, and they actually have an event coming up too, Boston Swerve or something like that. But let me tell you.
Oh, I know what roller rink this is.
That is the closest adult night experience that you'll ever have to Roller Jam. Now, here's the other thing. So you were mentioning about like at that other rink at like 10 o'clock, it turns into a nightclub or whatever. So here's the thing. At Sk8LikeYou, and Rob told me about this because he had been there. I hadn't been there yet. But you go to this adult night, and it starts like, I don't even know what time, but
8 to 11.
Yeah. So.
Oh no! Adult night would be Wednesdays and Sunday. I had to think of open on my other thing.
Yeah, we went to Sunday, and he's like, at 10 o'clock, he's like, it will just blow up. It'll just explode, right? Like everybody will be there, and the whole vibe will just jump 10 notches. And dude, he was not kidding, because I was having a blast to begin with. The same type of vibe, I swear. And
this looks like it too. I'm looking at the pictures.
Yeah, but 10 o'clock at night, dude, it was like a switch went off. And now we're skating for days too. Like we're traveling, we're skating, and I'm already skating for like a little while. I'm a little tired, whatever. Man, that thing jumped off, and I couldn't get enough. You
There's
have
places
to go
like that.
check it out.
Have you ever been to Branchbrook yet or no?
I have not been.
Okay. Yes, you are a shuffle skater, freestyle skater, but you got to go there and experience it. It is one of the greatest experiences.
When's the next time you're going?
I don't know, actually. I'm waiting for Eshawn, actually, to tell me the next time he's going, so I have a reason to go.
Hit me up.
We're trying to go on a Sunday night because the Sundays with DJ Nile is by far one of the greatest nights ever roller skating.
Okay.
Each and every week.
Yeah, you got to let me know.
No, I will. I'll send you a text message because it's a fun experience. It's mostly house music, but it's also all over the place with hip hop, R&B. So there's stuff you could shuffle to. Even it's a fun night.
It's funny and maybe that's why Roller Jam worked for me too, because I really honestly I wouldn't even categorize myself as a shuffle skater.
You're freestyle.
Yeah, like I'm not like a middle guy, and I'm not a wall guy. I'm in like that center lane, half speed thing, man. That's where I find, I don't know. That's where I love what I'm doing the most. But yeah, dude, Shevu. Oh man. Oh, you'd be in heaven. I'm telling you.
Save that one.
You would love DJing there.
That place. I think actually I gotta ask Eshawn or Jaden. I think they went up there for an event one time.
Well, they're having this Boston Swerve thing coming up, but
that's what they went for. They went for Boston Swerve because I have a DJ Swerve thing.
And there is some killer skaters, dude. But every style, same thing, in the room. I'm telling you, after 10 o'clock hit, man, I'm flying around, right? And same thing, I'm having to, dodge JV guys coming in and out of the middle, but just beautiful. And I even ran into a dude one time, like nothing like crazy, like we kind of just bumped each other, but it's all the same thing, like no drama, you know what I mean? People there to skate. They know stuff happens and whatever, just everybody vibing, man.
That's how Branchbrook is most of the time. It's always just a vibe.
But yeah, if you check out Boston Swerve, or Shevu, that place is dope.
Yeah, I have a DJ Swerve shirt somewhere.
And you were saying something about Poconos.
Yes.
Do you get up there?
I want to. I want to get up. I can get to Wilkes-Barre, but Wilkes-Barre's almost 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
They have the roll in the Poconos event.
Do they have that at Wilkes-Barre?
Yeah. Larry does it. Okay. It's actually this weekend. It's on Saturday.
Oh, is it?
It's on the 28th.
Yeah, I'm going to be busy for that. But you've been to that one before?
I haven't been up. I've been to Wilkes-Barre, but I haven't been to the event. But I've heard the DJ.
Have you DJ'd up there?
No, I haven't. I want to though.
Yeah. What's like the ultimate rink or experience you could have, like that you want to DJ at? Did I ask you that already? You haven't yet?
Oh, that I haven't yet? I want to DJ. I wish if Roller Jam was open. By far, it would be Roller Jam. But probably Branchbrook. I haven't been there yet. And then I don't really know anywhere else, honestly.
So I
want to do a Friday night with Josh at Olympic.
Oh, yeah?
I'll never let anyone DJ with them. Josh, let me DJ with you.
Olympic? Up in Enola?
Yeah.
No kidding. All right. That's a shuffle crowd, let me tell you.
It's the only rotunda floor on the East Coast.
Yeah,
except for
they've been trying to fix it. It's having some issues. But yeah, I a lot of cool people up there, nice people. Every once in a while I go up there like on a Thursday. I'll usually run into Greg Filler. He shows up like the last half hour, but a lot of cool guys up there. Okay, so let me ask you this then. Let's fantasy book your ultimate like 2-day event. Where you having it? What rinks? Who's DJing with you? What does it look like?
The hard thing is about that is there's nothing close enough to Whitehall.
Okay, but this is fantasy. This is fantasy booking. Ultimate experience.
Fantasy booking will be a Friday night 47.
Okay,
and then keep the Saturday at Whitehall or actually no, do that vice versa. Do the Saturday at 47, Friday at Whitehall.
I'm with you.
The Whitehall would probably be. I give it Sean. I don't know who. Sean. Who else is there around here thinking about?
I mean, now this is your fantasy, so you could DJ next to Tito if you wanted.
No, I know. No, I'm thinking Saturday night would be a Jace, me, Tito.
All right.
The Saturday 47 would be me, Jace, Tito. Friday night. Do Sean. And then see if Josh would do Josh and Sean. They're always good together, actually.
Okay.
I like them together.
All right. And what are the times?
Unfortunately, I mean, if I didn't have to, if fantasy booking time,
fantasy booking time
at Whitehall on the Friday night would definitely be 8 to 12.
Okay.
And the 47 would be 10. I do the regular at 47, 10 to 1:30. I don't mind that time for some reason.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though we all know that 10 to 1:30 means 10 to whenever the music stops.
Yeah. But at that point, it's up to that place. Yeah, well, I was gonna say at that point, it's up to you as a skater. You know what I mean? But
I've left that place at 4:00 in the morning.
Yo, I've heard stories about that place from back in the day, man. Like they do like smoking butts inside and drinking beer. But
that was that was after everybody went home and the rest of the skaters that were there were everyone's friends.
So and what's great because that place is so clean now. You know what I mean? It's one of the cleanest rinks you'll find, man.
Jim takes very good care of that roller rink.
It's amazing when I see what it used to look like to what it looks like now. Man, that kid put a lot of work into that. But all right, so you'd have Whitehall and 47. It's a 2-night event. Are rentals allowed?
Whitehall Whitehall 47. I'd probably say no rentals.
Okay, main event.
I know how
no
people
rentals. Okay. Nice, man. Nice. That sounds like, dude. I'd love that. I'd be there. I'd get down for sure.
Travel and a half for 2 nights would definitely be fun.
Not that bad. Whitehall is only like an hour for me, you know.
Oh, it's the going to Whitehall, going back, and going to 47.
Yeah,
that's the sucky part.
Yeah, no, for sure. Jersey is that's so much further than Philly for me, and Philly's already far. But that's a. I think it's a dope lineup. It's exactly the rinks that I would love to see it at. Because I'd love to see more. I want to see more at 47.
47 has a lot.
Are they getting like the attendance up? Like since they switched that adult night, is that doing okay?
I have no idea.
You haven't been there?
From my attitude, the first one to the second one was really bad.
Really?
Apparently with the attendance, but
yeah.
And apparently the last one, the attendance wasn't that good.
All right.
And the thing that I don't get though, and I say this a lot of the time, is 47 has way too many sessions to pick from.
I think Philly does too.
Because if you think about it, at 47, you have their Sunday night adult night. You have the Thursday night adult night. You have the third Friday, first Saturdays, and I think there's another adult night on Tuesdays there or Monday. I can't remember. Yeah,
and it's kind of a little too out there to have the population to be able to support it almost.
Yeah.
You know, like Philly can work because it's like it's right in the city, right?
It's in the city. It's probably 10 minutes from Philly, so it's easy.
But yeah, I still love that place, man.
I
I
do
really
too.
do.
I do want to know. I thought they were getting rid of the third Fridays, but I guess not. That's what I thought was weird about 47. They have third Friday late skate and they have first Saturday late skate.
Well, I thought, yeah, I thought it changed. I thought they
No,
swapped it.
yeah,
They
I thought
kept
so
it.
too, but they kept
That's what
it.
they said. They literally, I was there the night that they announced it, or one of the nights they announced it.
Yeah,
And they changed their mind then.
because third Fridays, Nick just DJ'd third Friday last Friday, and they had first Saturday 2 weeks before that with Tito.
And it wasn't just like a one-time thing.
No,
No,
I have no idea.
it
Maybe
must have just changed. Because I know that they were literally. I mean, the way that they said it was like we're moving.
they're going to get rid of it to Saturday to make it easier for everybody.
Yeah, we're moving it to this day. Yeah, that was like the whole deal.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we've basically done like an hour and a half, man. What do you want to throw out there? What do you want to say? Anything? You sound off, whatever is on your mind.
I mean, I really got nothing, honestly.
It's a weird conversation. A good one. Different. This is a different conversation, which is good.
Yes.
This is good. We might ruffle some feathers with it, which is I'm always okay with.
I'm okay with it too. I don't care about people's opinion.
Everyone's got one.
Everyone I talk to knows my opinion about everything.
Right. Yeah, like, look, and at the end of the day, man, everyone, this is just like what, I understand that, like, different people have different ideas of what the ultimate skate experience is, right? For them, right? And this is just...
It's all about who the skater is.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just like talking about skate gear. You know what I mean? Like, you'll have one person talk about this truck or whatever, I mean, plate setup, that the worst thing ever, but it's all preference, man. It's all what makes you move.
God, don't get me started on that. Everyone hates my skates.
Why does everyone hate you?
Okay, so when I first started skating over there, everyone skates on Snyder's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one sitting here. Me and Evan, a couple others, we're on lasers.
Yeah.
We've been on lasers since I started, so I kept them. I love them. But everybody hates on them because they're plastic.
Oh, yeah.
To this day, I've seen more people break the Snyder trucks than I have broken trucks.
Well, yeah, but you know why? Because people think that they can just do whatever to them. You know what I mean? And, yeah.
I mean, that's how I treated my skates, and I didn't break much. I only bent axles.
Yeah, Snyder Imperial is just so heavy.
Everyone does Royals.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, the laser, yeah. Like, I wouldn't get the laser just for that reason, though, because I know what I'm going to put on them. I will.
I tell everybody, if you see the way I've skated on them, you shouldn't be scared of them.
Yeah, but you weigh way less than I do.
That is true. That is true. I mean, I got our buddy Bob. He was 260 for a while on them, and he didn't break anything.
Jumping?
I can't believe. Yeah.
Huh. But I also, I'm on the Reactor Pro, and that's the first time I've ever strayed away from a 45.
Ooh.
And I want to go back to that. Because people all the time, they're like, man, like the way you skate, you're on a 40, you're on those. And I said, yeah, no, trust me. I totally get it. Matter of fact, I had to, because I was blowing through those cushions, dude, blowing through. So I had to go to Ron Murray, man, to get these custom hard ass cushions, which somehow work.
My lasers, God, blew through like 4 sets of cushions. Finally got a set of the big fat ones, and I've been good forever.
Yeah. So, but here's what I'm at, okay? And I know that the community is like very much split down the middle on this, but I'm gonna go Aries. I'm gonna do it. And here's the thing. I know that I've talked to enough people, trust me, that, where everyone is very split down the middle on this. But the people that I know that basically, they're on their edges just as me, and they're on their ankles just as me, those are the, like, when I kind of look at the polls, I literally, like, they're the ones that are basically like, no, I love it. And
You
the people
talked to
that,
Marshall?
no, I actually, it's so funny. I just friend requested him the other day.
But Marshall will tell you everything and anything you need to know about the area's plate, and trust him on everything he says about that plate.
And I joined that group for that purpose too.
Because I met him at Steel City 2 years ago. Very nice person. He showed me the areas, and they're cool. He has custom ways to make them even better.
Yeah.
Eshawn skates on them. He loves them for the dance skating even.
Yeah.
They're all around plate. I will say, from my knowledge, if you're going to do it, order more of the king pins, of the king lock pins. The little bolt that goes up, order more of those. They break. Or they strip out.
I tell you, the Marshall and Mort, though, because I've seen, like, we've had interactions online. You know what I mean? Like, that's about it. But he's someone I want to get on the podcast so bad because
he
does not pull punches, man. You know what I mean?
He would get in trouble.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
See, I wouldn't want to do it for that purpose. I'm not trying to make that happen for the guy. But
I wish that you could have met. Have you ever talked to Kevin, Hop God, the Quad Father?
Oh yeah.
He stopped building skates. He retired finally, but he's funny.
Yeah.
He knows everything and anything roller skate related.
Yeah. Nah. Well, all right, man. Well, that's about all I got, man. This was a fun little conversation, man. It wasn't. It was different, and it's good. That's good.
Actually, adding to your 45-degree plate thing.
Yeah.
I switched to roll line minstrels on my dance skates. I've been skating those for a while because I actually don't shuffle skate anymore, which is so funny. I DJ the sessions. I love DJing them, but I can never put my skates on anymore.
Yeah.
But I think it's a 18 or it's a I can't remember what it is. But I got a nice cushion set up on it, and they are the smoothest, most reactive plate I've ever been on.
Really?
The roll lines are super nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see what happens. That's why I was kind of like looking for a used one, to be honest with you.
I will say, if you get a used one, make sure the guy gives you all the cushions.
Oh yeah. And I don't mind buying more cushion. I mean, look, no matter what, I'm going to blow through cushions. I know that, you know. But I know that it's going to be like this experimental thing of like mixing and matching them. And
dude, they got like 30 different hardness cushions for them.
So
mine don't even say hardnesses. Mine just say extra firm, or hard.
Right. But that was the thing. So all of a sudden I couldn't find like that black, purple, like that really, like that hardest cushion for the reactor anymore. You know, it was like yellow was like the hardest. So I had to hit up Ron Murray and be like, dude, I'm blowing through these things, man. They're you know, and oh yeah, he hooked it up. They're perfect. He's like, I know exactly how you skate, you know, and
I got one hard and one soft on mine.
Yeah, well, mine are mixed too, but
that's my trick. That's a trick for everybody. One soft, one hard, and if you want more action out of your skates, take off the cup and replace it with a washer.
Yeah. All right, man.
All righty.
This was interesting, awesome. Dude. I appreciate you. Sorry it took so long to make it happen.
Oh, no worries.
But we got so to recap though, let me know about Branch Brook.
I will let you know about Branch Brook. That is a definite.
And at some point we got to sit down and we got to talk about making something happen in Whitehall. You know what I mean?
We definitely are. I got to talk to Sean. I got to talk to Jace again.
And Sean will tell you. I would love to be involved and help out in any way I can.
That'd be awesome because I'll let you know because I definitely want to get something over there because there's so many skaters up there that they deserve something up there.
Yep. And that rink's too good not to do something. It really is. I totally agree. I'm so glad that I'm finding people that agree with me or that are hearing me on this.
That roller rink is the greatest up there.
Yeah, because
I don't look at anywhere else.
But I feel like I say this stuff to some people and they look at me like I have 3 heads.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, people are stuck in wherever they like.
Yeah.
There's one rink I can't talk about.
Okay. Well, on that note,
we'll
cut it there then.
There's a reason. I'll tell you off air. I'll tell you.
Okay. Yeah. All right, man. Well, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right, dude. Have a good night.
You too.
See ya.